cuts across, income, racial, geographic boundaries of all kinds. It's something that brings people together. Indeed. And it's just like, it's amazing. I'm Andy Yoder.
Andy Yoder, okay.
Yep. And then this opportunity came along to get a studio here in Northeast DC, here at Stable, and that's been amazing. So a lot of times my ideas will start by whatever materials I come into. It really just follows the idea and the opportunities that come my way. What really inspires me is making something that people connect with. But so I tend to make things that are recognizable objects, but then use some twist in them. And then use that to get them engaged with the work and introduce other ideas.
Like standing back here, from a camera perspective, I'm sure people will think they're actual real shoes, but Andy, can you kind of go into what these actually are in the process of how you make these beautiful works of art?
Sure. These are all paper sculptures, and 90% of them are made out of things I've found in recycling bins. So
that's a fun one there too. Love that.
Oh, the Soleil.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Yeah, they got creative.
Mm-hmm.
That packaging design.
Tacos. Good old guy. Coke too.
This one here, that's from, believe it or not, Ellen DeGeneres.
Really?
She came out with
clothing
or shoes or I guess it was clothing, a product line. Well, this is a Christmas theme, so it's like Christmas trees and snowflakes. So she had like a holiday, and I don't remember if it was a shoe box, but it was cardboard. So it was either clothing or shoes.
Okay.
But she was selling Ellen brand, fashion. So, beautiful. And that was right before things sort of went off a cliff for her.
Right.
But whatever.
Love that.
I thought the blue and the auburn, blue and the burgundy was kind of and the graphics, were sort of too good to pass up.
Indeed.
And then you got the Cultural Association.
Indeed.
I mean, just like the seaweed. It's like it's perfect because these things were pulled out of the ocean, right?
Yes.
And they came from, overseas where this stuff, where they make this stuff. This is Korean, but
roasted seaweed with green tea. That speaks for itself. Look at how that design is, and the lettering and everything.
Yeah, I love that stuff.
And I love how you always, the tone of the shoe is always just so impressive too.
Oh.
Because I see what you're saying, like it doesn't have to have a lace.
To make stuff. There's been some where I'll use artificial grass.
Really?
And it's for laces. Like the one I just dropped off in Massachusetts, they live in a converted cow barn. So they asked me to make them a cow sneaker. And so I bought a poster, a photo of cows, black and white Holstein cows. And then the laces were these blades of artificial grass.
Nice.
And it worked out really well.
Fantastic. So that's Lulu. I was trying to identify. Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
In my mind, I didn't catch the logo. And then boom, smacks me in my face. And I caught that one earlier because, man, it looks like a real sneaker, man.
Yeah, it does. Some of them really do. A Salvatore Ferragamo that was from a shopping bag, and the laces are the handles of the shopping bag, and they embossed that paper so it has a leather-like texture to it, and it really comes off as a real sneaker.
I bet.
It's kind of crazy. A few of them are like that. But I mean, you can't resist. I mean, this is like snake skin,
Yeah.
It's like snake skin on
Wow.
on hyped up.
Indeed, I love it.
So anyway, it's fun to go with the flow.
Yeah.
So if I pick one up, like this one, well, this one's made out of a Lululemon bag, and I start with some paper to make the sole, and then I I cut pieces out and I just piece it together. The bag I had to spray onto other pieces of paper, spray mounted, spray adhesive. But the handles of the bag are the laces.
Certain ones can have a little metaphor, or just like I love how you did the plain piece.
Yeah,
It can
like
have a
I did
different
the Clorox one with, it was right next to the Corona shoe,
oh, gotcha.
right?
Yeah.
So it was sort of,
Yeah.
it was kind of a pun, you know, a little bit of like, of what we're going through now with the bleach and the coronavirus. So you can have, you know, it's important to be able to get some laughs out of it once in a while.
Indeed.
I always love these like antique things that they kept in their look. It's like,
Beautifully done.
it just sort of take advantage of those. It's really, really fun.
But you have to pat yourself on the back there too, Andy, because because the way you just can't put that together. I mean, you can, but it's not going to look. You know, what I mean? You put it together in a way that is to the combination piece of how that flows is not a mistake.
Okay,
Anybody cannot just do that and make it work. The silver piece you have integrated, I mean, that's incredible.
Oh, thanks.
And then the way you worked with what they have there,
Yeah.
and it's complementing each shape and form.
Right. Genuine.
Like that whole puzzle. Yeah, incredible, man. That's just that's
you.
brilliant.
Thank you.
Absolutely brilliant. I didn't even see. I didn't catch the fancy piece. But that's what it's the fun of all of this. Just being able to look and take in every aspect of each shoe. And this one, that's
that's a Ziploc, but it's the storage bags. But why they picked
like
meat?
That. Without seeing that, I'm
Yes,
thinking like
right.
because that's photographed so well, it looks real. Looks like it could be real.
Yes,
meat.
it is. Exactly. I know.
Love that. Look at that design, man. The way you put that together.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
It's fun to play
It
with
is.
that stuff. Here's that, you know, the Ziploc on the front. That
The way
meat.
you're saying it's fun. It's fun to look at, and I'm telling you.
I altered the sole a little bit to incorporate the unbeatable grip and seal technology, which you would want in a sneaker, right?
That's exactly right. Oh my God, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, it looks.
Oh, that design pattern there.
Yeah.
The new.
Yeah.
How you cut that out.
Whoop, there it is again, and then
Yes.
sneaking around in there. So.
Incredible. Wow.
Well, they're incredible, you know, formally
Gotcha.
as shapes. You know, they're just flowing. I said at one point, I think I described it as Giorgio Armani meets Buzz Lightyear.
Gotcha. I like that.
You know, I mean, Puma has a lot of flowing. You know, there's that Panther, and
Big fan of theirs.
yeah,
Indeed.
yeah,
I love how you did. And that's what I'm saying. You have there to look at it just from one side is one thing. Then I'm liking, or what I didn't capture is how, and that puts more emphasis on your creativity. These little aspects of these designs and how you make that flow to make it relative to the sculpture is incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible, because all of that right there illustrates and puts emphasis on Puma and what I'm picking up.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just, this left or right side is totally different than the other.
Right.
And then combined all together, you have this exceptional sculpture piece.
Like using the graphics in a way, such a way that they sort of reinforce the forms of the shoe. So like the diagonals sort of pick up,
Gotcha.
you know, the flow
Yes.
going up here, and the jumping, you know,
Yes.
it all sort of ties together. And a lot of times that just happens, you just let it go at random, and then these things happen out of serendipity. You know,
Gotcha.
it's just like,
Indeed.
it just is, that's where sometimes the best things are. Like some of the earlier ones, I ran out of material, so I started using scraps. And you start putting those scraps on, and it's like, that is so much fresher than like, okay, here. Like, this is like the scrap, the little handle. When you get a 12-pack, they have the cutout.
Okay.
So I really like that shape in there, you know?
I love it.
So there it is again, you know? And it's just like these little cutouts. So that takes that form and continues it down there.
Yes.
And then you just offset these things. You use a little, you know,
Yes.
printing thing on the back. And then there's more scraps like that. It's just sort of endlessly fascinating in a way.
beautiful.
You know, because
and I didn't know that. I thought that was one continuous piece. That's two
yeah.
pieces.
So I pieced two together and alternate. So it's yellow, yellow, orange, orange.
Nice.
Sort of alternate them like that.
Love it.
So that's like, oh yeah, it is just packaging. Like behind this shiny outside is the reality. This is just a bunch of boxes and stuff that were, you know, in the bin, in the recycling bin. There's a lot of cool things I love. I love in Coca-Cola the way that serif penetrates the L, you know? So I did another Coke shoe and I really featured that there. But
I love how that's peeking through there.
Yes.
The overlay.
Right, there it is again.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Little sparkles coming along down there.
I saw on the other side too, picked up on the other side.
Yeah.
And as small as it is, I love how you use every aspect in the sculpture design. So that peeks through. That's part of this design. It's just as impactful as anything else. To me.
Yeah.
And how you have I mean, look how you use, because that almost looks like laces there.
Yeah.
On that part.
Right. Right. This one, I hadn't even thought about laces on this one. Some of them I don't think need it, you know.
Gotcha.
But yeah, this one, the bars of the Mini, it does. I thought intentionally that is a good.
And those are the actual words, right? It's Mini.
Yeah, that's Mini. Yeah, right.
Man. Incredible. Well composed.
There's that flow coming along.
Yes. And then how you incorporate that piece that's cut out. Man.
So yeah, that's the logo, that white one. So then you just follow that logo where you cut it, you know, and then that echoes the shape of the sole coming along, and so on and so forth.
Anyone not having this has an impact, I would think, on anybody. I mean, how can it not? Wow, and then the pink one here, just beautiful. Look at that. That's what is this?
It's called fashion dress up.
Okay.
Fashion dress up was like, it's sort of a thing for girls that want to be princess for a day.
I see.
And they can just sort of like get their little tiara and their dress. I think it's basically a Halloween costume of some kind.
That's beautifully done too.
Thank you.
There again.
Yeah.
I like how you designed that.
Little flowers going along there.
Love that.
Little
and
eyelets.
The white.
Yeah.
And then the packaging design of the stripes.
Yeah.
Incredible, Andy.
Of course, like everything nowadays, made in China.
Right. Except for the shoe.
Yeah, exactly.
You've done that here, but I love that.
Yeah.
And the little flowers. Wow.
Yeah.
Man.
Pretty girl.
Yes. I love it.
It's sweet. It's fun to feminize something that's a man's basketball sneaker.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And take it into little kids and take it way out of like sort of NBA locker room culture.
Gotcha.
And spread it out to the whole like planet of consumer goods and experience.
Envelope. Yep.
Yeah.
And you have a whole nother art form here.
I mean, a lot of people come and they say, I would wear that sneaker. I would really wear that sneaker. But I don't know if anybody's going to wear a Fancy Feast cat food sneaker, but it doesn't matter. You know? Yeah, you'd be surprised if you could think of it. Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah.
But I mean, a taco kit for a sneaker, why not?
Man.
Hard and soft. Old El Paso.
I have to admit, that one snuck past me. I don't know why I didn't see it. And I love Old El Paso. Taco Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. The nutritional facts piece.
Yeah, sure.
And the kids.
There's cilantro on the back.
Yes. Something that most everybody I can say can identify with. Come on, man.
I never thought I'd be making sneakers, and I love the randomness of the way it all started out. I mean, I started making models of a shipping container. Here they are. When I displayed them, I made a model of this thing, and I thought I was going to have a big Nike swoosh with the waves behind it and the shoes up on the wall. But I didn't do the swoosh, but I did keep the waves on the wall. And I can send you photos of the installation. I did it at the museum in Vermont, and then I did it down here in Southeast at Sandlot, right there by National Stadium.
Gotcha. I love that.
So anyway, it sort of brought back that origin story of the great spill. It's called the Great Shoe Spill of 1990.
Gotcha. Yeah. And Love your work, big fan.
Thank you. It's really fun to talk about the work and share the ideas, and I appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you so much.